And now I would like to give a special shout out to my Patreon and Coffee members who have been very kind in helping support the channel, starting with the loyal and blessed tiers. And a huge thanks to the precious members Inky Squid, A Flying Dutchman 0310, and Tommy Tiny as well. I am very appreciative of each and every one of you. And if you would like to help support the channel and get extra benefits like early access to current week's videos, shoutouts, and more, feel free to become a member on either Patreon or Coffee. Links are in the description below. Thank you all again. Is someone there? You knock upon my chamber door so softly, unless you are a mouse? Don't be shy. Are you the envoy from the human kingdom? I'm expecting you. If you would, pardon me for not greeting you properly. I hope the cat flap is adequate. Although, you'll be comforted to know there are currently no giant cats in the castle of the Giantesses. I kept a lion once, though when I was a child. Oh dear, you are small. I didn't quite believe my textbook when it claimed to have life-size drawings of humans, but you're positively diminutive. And to think your armor must have such tiny hinges. It's a wonder that steel can be beaten so thin. Come closer. You cannot possibly be more welcome in my chambers. I don't know the customs of your land exactly. If you find this meeting odd, consider it an accommodation for me. I want to see you quite dearly. You're quite right. My bedroom is rather grand. It was once a retiring room in my grandmother's reign. Oh, I think of her fondness for arched ceilings often, and for that I am most thankful. My old bedroom simply did not have the headroom I require. I hoped I would have headroom aplenty here, but the chandelier has lately concerned me. I suppose I might bump my head against it if I stood, if I was inclined to stand at all. Was my condition not explained to you upon arrival? Oh, knight. I hope you have taken no offense so far. The palace considers it a delicate matter, and though we have tried to keep the gossip confined to our own court, I did not think you could step 1 foot into our troubles without hearing about me. I am confined to the bed for the most part. If I stood to greet you, I expect I would spend the next hour or so convalescing. It's all rather tedious story, if I'm permitted to comment on my own matter, and I'm afraid I've so far been forced to talk down to you, as it were, despite how often I must do just that. I'd prefer to avoid such condensation. And while I suppose it remains an option for me to join you on the floor, it is a somewhat awkward for a princess, at least for etiquette, if you can imagine. I would propose instead we set aside any lingering honors or dignities on both our parts, and I might convey you to an elevation more comfortable for our location. Pick you up, I mean. Would it be a terrible breach of protocol? Oh, I have here my best gloves, made from the finest dryer silk. I expect a giantess leaning over you is quite frightening, though. Brace your heart, then. I shall brace mine. Hello there. If you could please take a seat tonight. Is knight the correct title of a dress? Excellent. Up we go then. You can close your eyes if you'd like, if you're prone to vertigo. Sorry. Suppose I'm prone to vertigo myself. You're quite safe. I don't think I shall faint. And in any case, with all these cushions, I shan't go far. The rush of blood to the head will pass in a few minutes. Even now, my eyes are clearing again. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. On behalf of the queendom of the Giantesses, you have my warmest welcome. I hope you will enjoy your stay in the palace, and you should feel free to call upon me as often as you so wish. My opportunities to play the diplomat are few and far between, aside from my letters. We haven't entertained a human envoy since the Dragon Wars, and well, guests are normally received in the courtyard, or the solar, or even the ballroom, and I am no longer fit for those venues. It's embarrassing, really. I seem to have outgrown the intervening hallways. By some quirk of fate, my late growth spurt arrived 3 years ago, and with an extraordinary vigor. I can hardly sleep, for how my bones ache every night. I can hardly stand for all the blood rushing into my legs. For all the blood rushing into my legs hardly leaves any for my brain. And my heart, well, I'm no proprion. There's a very serious risk my poor heart will explode if I were to ever properly exert myself. I used to be one for dancing. I was graceful when I was small, only 5 meters. And how my sisters laughed behind my back, too small to inherit. But I would have been happy enough to never see the throne, if only I could prance along in the meadow and laugh and sing. We giantesses do not inherit our order for birth, you see. Far too much bloodshed. We make a cray to be the most civilized form of government, whereupon a royal vacancy. We simply measure the height of all the candidates and select the tallest. Except in the case of Mathilda the Strong, who was the heaviest and a great warrior, and Jenny Silvertongue, who was only 7 meters but enjoyed such universal popularity that all her rivals sat down for the measurement. It's a lovely system, and I was happy to be entirely beneath consideration. And there were my sisters, wearing corsets to improve their posture, doing their spine lengthening exercises every morning. Joke's on all of us, though. And soon as I turned 19, I shot up like a beanstalk. And grew, and grew, and grew. Perhaps I'll grow until my heart fails. It's happened before, in those rare cases like mine. I think the realm prepares for it, and I don't blame them. The world is always turning, with us or without us. And then surely one of my sisters will be the successor. But I'm becoming morbid, Knight. You did not come all this way for such and such. Are you at all hungry? I've a bit of biscuit left. A heavenly shortbread with lemon. Have you seen the lemon trees in our grove? You most certainly should. They must be the size of one of your wagons. Here, have a crumb, if you can stomach no more than that. Do you like it? Good. Then I mark today a good day, for that is one more kindness than I usually manage. And you are also gallant and proper as ever. I could hope for in an envoy. I shall have to write of your merits to your liege lord. You do make me feel the proper lady with your bows and demure smiles. Have you studied in the court of the elves, perhaps? Oh, I would love to see the fairy lights and silvered cathedrals of those ancient worlds. Would you tell me your stories, Knight, of the other people out there, the other lives? By all means. Shall I have my calendar fetched to show you what time I have open for you? Days and days, until the festival of Goliath, certainly. Do you suppose you might stay until then? It is 2 weeks away. Then I shall make a present for you. Think nothing special of it. It is but our custom. And of course, it should be for you, a surprise. If you must whet your curiosity, I have gifts for my sisters both, and I shall tell you that they are, if you can keep them a secret. Well, for Margaret, I have sent a human clockmaker who specializes in bell towers, and I commissioned for her a timepiece that she will be able to wear as a bracelet. And for Bella, I have written a melody to accompany one of her poems, one she wrote when we were closer. A satyr band will play it on pipes, and a choir of wood nymphs will sing. I had to make it quite clear to them, under no uncertain terms, that all our guests will mind where they step. They will be pleased when they see the pavilion I ordered built for them. It should have them all safely out of the way. As you may study in my character, I devise such presents more for myself and my own amusement. The more elaborate, the better, for I have little else to do except reread the library. Why, yes, I like to think so, at least. I read much of the day and much of the night, when I cannot sleep. Are those books? Oh, how lovely. To think you've traveled all this way with a pile of tomes, but they're so small. I suppose They must be for, well, their purpose. I wonder if I could make out the text. No, surely not. And I dare not attempt to turn a page. Perhaps you could read to me, Knight? I would consider it quite a boon, only... only I've grown tired from all this speaking. Mercy, my constitution is not as it was. Perhaps I should close my eyes. No, I don't know this. Read on, please. A lovely turn of phrase. I think I would love to see that someday. And to think, human problems are just as large as my own. How lovely. Just getting comfortable. No, not asleep. Not yet. One more page. And again tomorrow. If you liked what you've just listened to and have an idea of something you'd like me to voice, I do have a Gumroad for all your audio commission desires. Sweet or spicy audio in a variety of lengths for you to choose from. So, if you would like to get a custom audio from me, send your ideas and scripts over on my Gumroad at sadieodericaudios.gumroad.com. The link is also in the description below, too. Thank you for watching, my dear. If you enjoyed your experience here, please feel free to like and subscribe. Any ideas you have for future content and roleplays, leave a comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Take care, my dearling, and I hope to see you again real soon.